Hi, and welcome to the continuing Week 4 previews for Hyper Juken Power Surge. Today we look at a new Carter, Breaker, and attack for Louise, the last of which brings a new attribute to Hyper Juken. Let's get flapping. In Hyper Juken, you can be caught off guard when your opponent initiates combat, having to think quickly with whatever hand you're dealt. Adaptive Form 2 gives you a little more preparedness going into combat. When your opponent initiates combat, you get to look at the top 2 cards of your arsenal, then place any amounts on the top and the remainder on the bottom of your arsenal, half of what you would have looked at had it been your prepare phase. Adaptive Form 2 makes a massive difference in the quality of your hand going into combat, being able to get rid of up to 2 cards you can't use or better set up your intended combos. For Louise, this is assembling a hand with both a block and lightning blast, but will greatly expand as the game progresses. It also does a great job at trying to secure that first level 0 for you if your opponent goes all out on the first turn of the game. The power of Adaptive Form 2 might not be immediately apparent, but it will find itself a place in competitive play. Persevering Guard is much like Key Swap Guard from the last preview, a break a block card that when revealed as combat damage, it may prevent the next 3 combat damage your opponent's current attack would inflict. Then if it prevented all remaining damage, you get an additional effect. Persevering Guard heals you 2 at the start of your next action, that combat. While it's nice to prevent additional damage as all breakers do, with Persevering Guard, you can actually end up taking no damage overall, or even with more cards in your arsenal than what you started with. It can also be really opportune at times. If you hit something you needed prior as combat damage, the effect of Persevering Guard can heal it, or heal a card with an effect triggered by being healed from your exhaust. Persevering Guard is a pretty nifty breaker card, sure to see a considerable amount of play, especially in pure blue builds. Resolute Dual Ki Blasts is our first attack with a substandard power rating, its power being 3 instead of the standard 4 for a level 1 attack. But that doesn't mean its power stays substandard. With the new challenges, you saw the start of a cycle of 3 attributes designed to push through highly defensive playstyles. Chip, shared by red and yellow, an anti-block card attribute. Precision, shared by yellow and blue, an anti-effect attribute. With Power Surge, the triangle is complete with Empower, an attribute shared by blue and red. When an attack with Empower is blocked by a block card, you can pay 1 key, and if you do, that attack becomes empowered. Then your opponent may pay key equal to the level of the attack, or their block card is cancelled. When a card is cancelled, its block effects cannot be used, then it is sent straight to its owner's exhaust, while the attack continues as if it had never been blocked. Your opponent cannot attempt to block that attack again. Resolute Dual Ki Blasts has a hit effect to lower your opponent's Hyper 3, something that will be a severe blow to their ability to reach max Hyper. But in addition to that, should it become empowered, it gains plus 3 power and becomes level 2. Or in other words, should your opponent try to block it with a block card, you can make it a standard level 2 attack in both cost and power, in addition to forcing them to pay 2 key to keep their block card in place. If your opponent isn't so fussed on reaching max Hyper, 3 damage can just be shrugged off. But if they are, it's a high price to pay to maintain their current Hyper. Thank you for watching today's preview video for Hyper Juken's second set, Power Surge. Remember to like, subscribe, and share to keep up to date with Hyper Juken news and content. Come back next time when we look at Mark and his hyper impactful Carter card.